Hello there, hello, stream started.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? Hello. Hello, Ricardo. How are you doing? How are you doing? You were watching the boss of It Steals. To tell you the truth, I don't remember that much about that game. Yeah. Sadly. Yeah. You know, I really need to like fix the chat. Because still not showing like the Twitch chat. It was funny. You know what? I think maybe I can do a quick fix. Hold on. Can I make this work real quick? Hold on. Okay. Can I add? Hold on. Order. Profile. Chatbot. Is there no way for me to like link another account? Oh, there we go. That in theory should be like triggering the chat now. Maybe we will see. I will monitor the situation. It might actually show, or it might not. I might actually need to modify the chat. We will see.
Devourer off soup says, peekaboo.
Peekaboo. Shush. On. Apparently it doesn't work. Damn it. Well, then I will have to modify the code. Sadly. That's something I'm going to have to do. It managed to scare me a lot. I actually don't remember that much of it, sadly. Hello, Mundo. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Wow, motorcycles. Good evening, good evening. Me. Hello, Kato.
Hello.
Hello, welcome, welcome. Today, once more, is the first time I actually stream something new in Twitch. It's the first time I will be actually coding on Twitch. I struggle a little bit to like figure out the category I should code, right? So That's going to be interesting. Yeah. Yes. I was also... Should I talk about this?
You Verthandy.
Hello, Dissette. Hello. Should I talk about this? Did you guys saw the little drama about the game that came out a few days ago? Or did you not notice? I wouldn't blame you if you didn't notice. The game with no gameplay? Indeed. That one. More to Slice? No. A different one. This is a game called Mixtape. That it was supposed to be like this nostalgia, like filled game about growing up in the 90s. Right? And it's basically a sandwich with no bread. Indeed. A lot of people were like... First, okay, let me enumerate the drama. 1. It called itself an indie game, even though it's being funded by the daughter of the 5th richest man in the planet. This woman's dad is the CEO of Oracle or something of the sort. Right? But no, it's an indie game. Even though it has like licensed music, like a full soundtrack of 90s music, commercial music, licensed. Yeah. The only game drama you are aware is the one where Chronic was cancelled as BA. Yes, that's another one. Indeed. The Korean company that got offended by a pun. Yeah. But yeah, it's basically this quote-unquote indie game, right? And not only that, I have seen gameplay, in quotation marks, where the player doesn't have to touch anything. And the fucking gameplay itself. The game requires no input. You cannot fail. There is no game overs in this game. Literally. I have heard of the Hantavirus, yes. Currently, I'm not very worried because I am really seeing it coming. I'm not really that worried.
The game for games journalists.
Yeah, the game for game journalists because you don't really have to play it. Also, the game about the 90s where you literally have a little like cutscene or minigame where you rewind a cassette tape with a pen. Is actually legit wrong. If you try to rewind a cassette tape the way they did it on game, it will fucking fail. Because that's not how you rewind a cassette tape. The man or the woman who made this game has never touched a cassette tape on their lives. But oh no, they are going to create this game about the nostalgia, about growing up in the 90s. Yeah. You heard of that one journalist that felt like of guest tutorial? I think this game was made for them. Yes. Especially because almost every major journalist, game journalist gave the game Anything between 9 or 10. Yeah. The devs were probably born. I don't think. Hello, Sairo. I don't think the devs were actually born in the 90s.
Zyro says, good day.
Hello, good day. I think those devs watched a bunch of movies from the 90s and thought they looked cool. So they made a game, in quotations, game out of the 90s without really understanding the 90s. I saw a post on Twitter of someone who found the exact same, like...
Devourer off soup says, hello.
Hello. The exact same headphones the kids on this 90s game wears, right? On the internet by typing on Google 90s wireless headphones, and it's like the third result you get. And those headphones are not even made in the 90s. They are made like trying to imitate what a 90s headphones they think would look like, right? They are not actually from the 90s. Yeah. Yes. So it's really, 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 really painful. Especially because there is like a lot of people coming out of the woodwork trying to like argue that this game that has no gameplay is actually a game and not a failed movie parading as a game. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's a game. Like at all. And I was like questioning if I should like address my concept of the game on the stream. Because my concept of a game is very unique. I don't think even like other game developers actually like share my thoughts about what a game is. Yeah. Do you guys wanna know? I find it very interesting, right? But most people wouldn't like agree on it, right? Okay, so let me like put it into words real quick. So a game, right? First, let's go from the bottom up, right? When a child is playing with something, right? That something becomes a toy, right? This is a toy, right? When that toy, oh really, my control set doesn't work. No. When that toy has, how to put it, a challenge, a skill involved in it, right? For example, a Rubik's Cube, or one of those wires that you need to untangle on a very specific way. Right? The ones you need to like untangle. These two are puzzles. Yes? We went from toy to puzzle, Right? Right? Are you following? Okay. When to this puzzle you add a modifier like a time limit or a score like trying to beat your own speed at it, right? Whenever you add a modifier to a puzzle, this goes from puzzle to challenge, right? This is now a challenge together, right? When to this challenge you add somebody else competing on the same modifier or different one, it doesn't have to be the same. That challenge becomes a competition. Right? When there is an adversary that is trying to beat you at something under certain rules. Hello, Jacob. Welcome. When they compete with you, it becomes a competition, right? This includes, obviously, things like a marathon or a 100-foot race, right? Or gymnastics, right? All of those are competitions. Yes? Okay. When that competition allows you to mess with your enemy, right? Where you can tamper with the other person's attempt at something, right? That's when that competition becomes a game. This includes chess, checkers, music chairs. Yes? When there is an adversary you can tamper with, then that is a game. A game can exist without story or music or sound effects, but it cannot exist without an adversary, without a winner or a loser. Yes. Oh, those are not here yet. My bad. I will make it a priority to add those. What about single player games? Oh, I'm glad you asked. You see, the competition doesn't have to be a person. It can be a machine or a bot. You still have an adversary. They can win and they can lose. Right? As long as in the game there is an adversary that can beat you at the game, that is indeed still a game. Yes? As long as the other thing can interfere with your own actions and you with them, that's still a game. Yes. The game doesn't need a story. That's why Pac-Man is a game. That's why Pong, right? The ping pong game is a game. That's why Aliens, the one where you shoot like the spaceships coming down from the top of the screen. By your logic, a fist fight can be a game. Yes, as long as it's made for entertainment. Right? That's why cats can play fight. It's a game.
Devourer Ralph Soup says, Space Invaders.
Right? Fighting can be a game. Yes. Yes. The example being Double Dragon, yes. A game can exist without music, can exist without sound effects, can exist without art. But it requires an adversary and requires competition. And it requires that you can tamper with your adversary, right? That is a game. Of course, that doesn't really detract from like things that doesn't have like those elements. For example, visual novels or walking simulators, the such called walking simulators, are still
Life is
valuable.
a game. If your life sucks, choose better family next time.
Oh wow, that's quite the thing to say. Games that have no, well, they are not games, but software that has no
Welcome
gameplay.
AC Chrome _21. Please enjoy the stream.
Hello, welcome, AC Chrome.
Forgotten Historia
Acrom.
says, Welcome Acrome _21. Please enjoy the stream.
So, software without gameplay
Joke's
can
on
be.
you. I will roll the gotcha
useful.
again because I have a gambling addiction.
Oh wow. You can have like artistic value, right? Cultural value without having gameplay. But you cannot have a game without gameplay. Yes. There are, for example, some
Acrome
games.
_21 says, Discord, Ravina88.
Thank you for letting me know. You can have like something of value without gameplay, right? For example, I love the
Russian
Fate
roulette
series.
is a gameplay, also gambling.
Russian roulette is a gameplay, also gambling? Technically, yes, but only if you... No, actually no. Well, I suppose it depends on the rule set. But there are some things we consider games, or people consider games, that I don't actually consider games. Yeah. For example, pinball? Pinball to me is not a game. It's a bit of a puzzle, right? Maybe a challenge, but I don't see it as a game. Because there is no adversary. You cannot mess with your adversary. Yeah. Right? For example, the typewriting in the game that came the other day, came out, the one where you need to type nonsense or you get shot on the head in the game, that is technically not a game by my standards. Poker is a game because you can interfere with your opponents. You can bluff, you can lie. That is a game, yes. Blackjack is not a game. Yeah. The, like, what is that called? The one, the roulette, where you like bet and throw like chips into numbers. That's not a game. Yeah.
Robbing a bank is a game. You'll either get a ton of money or you can get arrested or shot.
Robbing the bank is a game. You will either get a ton of money or you get arrested or shot. That's a gamble, but I won't call it a game. Unless you are doing it for entertainment, then I will call it a game. Yes, if you are doing that...
Is Hungry Hippos a game?
Hungry Hippos a game? I actually don't know the rule set. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Pile roulette. Side effects is the sample. You see, you are mentioning some games I actually don't know, so I couldn't tell you. Let me see. What is the concept of those two? Let's see. Hungry Hippos. Fast-paced existing game for 2 to 4 players where objectives collect the most marbles by controlling the hippo down launch cassette.
Welcome down Bad Productions. Please enjoy the stream.
Hello. Yes, boss fight. So, Hungry Hippos is not a game. It's a competition. Because you cannot really, interfere with your enemies. Yes. Also, hello. But productions will be starting soon. I was just trying to explain what is a game.
Down Bad Productions says, boss fight?
Yes. And the reason my thing has a noise is probably because I pressed some weird shortcut. But I noticed this, eh?
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the notification button.
Yes. Because every time someone says something dumb. Wow. But yeah, under my specific condition was a game, a lot of games actually get disqualified. Yeah. For example, your guesser? That's not a game. That's a competition. Because you cannot really interfere with the other players. Right? Formula 1? The racing thing? That's a competition. Yes? So yeah, my particular interpretation of what is a game and what is not is very specific. Yeah. Okay. So shall we move on to the boss fight now? Just so I don't leave the people who came for that hanging. Let's see.
Yo, hello, view Verthandy, the game for games journalists.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Let us go over it.
Life is a game. If your life sucks, choose better family next time. Joke's on you. I will roll the gotcha again because I have a gambling addiction. Russian roulette is a gameplay, also gambling. Robbing a bank is a game. You'll either get a ton of money or you can get arrested or shot. Is Hungry Hippos a game?
Wow.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the notification button. Yeah, don't leave them hanging like Sayori.
So we have this right now as the current boss fight. Right, we have the arms attacking the player. Currently they do no damage because I have not added the collision. Yeah. Also we have a bunch of animation missing. So technically it's working. Yeah. Also, by the way, Doki Doki, Literal Club, under my definition, is technically not a game. Yeah. It's a visual novel. So we have this, right? Basically, we have two types of skulls. We have the ones that fly at you. We have the ones that shoot stuff at us. And we have the arms that attack. Yes. So now, I want to make things a little bit more interesting. Samba Productions, you have chance affiliated with Good Productions? Oh, wow.
Devourer Ralph Soup says, at Down Bad Productions, are you by any chance
Use only
affiliated
right
with Up Good
arms and
Productions?
no left arms because Mew likes to say right.
Right. I see.
Someone gotta get it through to you. Ricocheting off of me is what you say in a rap god, I think.
Oh, wow. I think. So we have this, right? Right? Where everyone in the same page currently. I know it doesn't have like the best art so far, but that will be for later. Let's see. Enemies, dungeon 4. So we have this guy that flies around. We have, oh wait, no, these are the ground enemies. Where is the boss fight? Right here. We have this thing that does the rush. We have this that shoots. We have the actual boss. Actually, let me just reset this because it's been annoying. Okay. So we have the boss. We have the skull that shows the one that charges and the arms. Right. So, don't generate the behavior currently. We have this. We are going to use a little clock to spawn the different things that we want to trigger. Right?
Flashbang.
Ah! Wow. So the max number of charging skulls, what would be nice? Given the chaotic nature of the current fight, I would say maybe 3 would be good. At best. From the school ones, maybe we add the same, and from this also we make 5. Why 21? Can you handle 21? Really? Shaw! Mind you that this respawn. Shaw. Really? If I set this to 21, don't go and cry about the fact that you cannot reach the final boss in the game and get the actual lore.
$42.
42? 42 is the answer to everything in the universe, not in this universe. Because we are quite literally making a necromancer fight. So that answer cannot be correct. If you don't know what what the 42 is referencing. Because you didn't read that book, then that's your fault.
I am a smidge late, but hello.
Hello, Ins. Hello.
I guess the only correct answer is 6 to 7.
I'm going to make a specific version just for you, and I will make sure that there is always
Lemao.
at least that amount of enemies on the screen at any given moment.
Welcome Toon Corby, please enjoy the stream.
Hello. Long time no see.
Forgotten Historia
Hello.
says, welcome to Corby, please enjoy the stream.
Yes. I just recently started a stream on Twitch, mainly because I want to see if I can boost my views a little bit more. Yeah. I'm dual streaming currently. The chat is not reflecting Twitch chat, sadly. I need to fix it. I need to record that. Yeah. But welcome. You arrived just in the moment we are discussing a boss fight.
Devourer Ralph Soup says, salutations.
Salutations. So,
6 7.
no. Wow.
パトカイエッグバイツザダスト&イッツゲッティングタイムドアウトフォーワンミン。
Oh wow. It seems Katuke just stepped on landmine. I actually thought it was you pulling a prank with the explosion sound effect, but it was actually him triggering a mine. Oh wow. It's a 1 minute timeout. Okay, so where were we? Boss fight. Come on. So we decided the limits for the response, and we will be. Oh, that was an actual explosion sound effect. I thought someone else got nuke. We will be counting the different things, right? So we will be adding a counter here for each one of these. We will not on a Blaze of Glory doing what he loves. Hopefully he did. Your limits are okay? He's back! Welcome back. From the dead. Okay, so we have the counters, right? This will be triggering every half a second. Maybe I should make it 1 every second. I feel like maybe it's a little too fast. You are cold out. The temperature is starting to drop concerningly fast. Really? Where I am is supposed to be raining, but it's been only cloudy all week. Yeah.
I'll be back.
What the fuck?
EZVW has perished, and it's getting timed out for 1 minute. LMAO.
He went out with a bang. Okay, let's put this limit to test. All right, we do have a cooldown though. And we're not considering it. What cooldown would be good? Just add an underscore. Wow. We are getting a musical here. Okay, so we will also take into account the cooldown. Before I forget I have it. Okay, so we have this. What cooldown would be nice? Do you guys think? For each. If we are triggering this every half a second, right? We are like checking these conditions. What would be a nice cooldown? And here we will just decrease it. Half a second, 10 seconds, 2 seconds. What do you guys think? Maybe a random like 0.5 to 2 seconds? Make it random. I can maybe make it difficult to predict by setting it to be something very specific, right? For example, we can use prime numbers to make it hard to predict, right? I could say, hey, let's make it like no, that would be too much work. I don't need to make this so complicated. What do you mean horse boss fight? Exactly. Now you are confusing me. I can make it random, I suppose. What values do you guys want? You mentioned half a second, right? So I can make it second number 2, one of the values. The other just mentioned 2 seconds, so I can say second times 2. What else? Will there be a boss fight with a boss horse? Not planned currently, but you can suggest it for another of the bosses. I'm letting you guys like choose most of the enemies. Almost. Unless I already have like a team for a certain dungeon. What kind of like horse boss are you thinking about? Do you guys want the same like cooldown for every one of these? Or should I put it like randomly? .2, 0.5, 1, 2, and 6. That's quite a variety. I can make that a little bit more clean. Function get random cooldown. And then I just grab this. Return. Choose, and you said 0.2. That would be 1/5. So it will be second over 5. Then half a second. Then just simply 1 second. Then 2 and 6. And then I can just plaster this here. Just think having short times and long time mix is kind of funny. You are going to make like this boss the boreal dancer of my game or something. Okay, those are the cooldown. Those are the like the setup for that, right? Now, you might notice we have a position here that we're not really using. So let's use it. Right? So let's see. Bar position. Okay, so what are we doing with the position? You are the devil in the shirt that tells you that unnecessary functionalism of many things. I can tell. So the positions, I want it to be kind of random, not gonna lie. But I want it to have certain range, right? Is there a random int range in this? Random and get seed range into 1. Random range no less to and it's reals. Okay. So our position, right, is going to be a random range from next. Actually, let me just set it like this. Bar underscore x. Right, we have a random range there and a random range over here. And I want this to be on the x value, right? So I will set it to 0 plus 64 to room width minus 64. And I will round this because it's going to return, I believe it returns real, yeah. So let's round this. Right, and that's going to be the x. Then for the y, let's make it. It's going to be height. And I think that's correct. And I need to call this several times. So that's X. That's Y. Right? And over here, let's see. Function get random position. We throw this in here. Let's call this new position. Var new position. And return the new position. Right. So over here, I say position equals to get random position on each call. We get a random position. And it doesn't have to be outside because we don't want it to call it too much. So we'll do it right before the spawn instead. Right? Okay. And for some reason it's marking that as an error. It's because I forgot to delete this. Okay. Let's see how that handles. Oh, wow. I need to put a cooldown to the... Oh. The schools are like spawning correctly. They are not really like attacking. Oh. That's interesting. Huh. Let me see. Hold on. Come here. Come on. If I believe I can kill these, right? So that's one. We have 3 missing. Oh, I forgot to give more health to the boss. Yeah, it's going to lag whenever the player takes damage. Indeed. Okay, so the first issue we have is that we don't have like the enemies attacking for some reason. Oh wait, is this the decoration? Yeah, this is the decoration. I fucked up. Hold on. Object underscore Neko skull. Right? And then over here we have object Neko skull beam. And over here is object arm. Neko. Oh, scale because I don't have a good naming convention. Let's see, let's see. Are you going to make things more complex? Really? I need to put a cooldown on those harms. Ah, okay. You know what? Instead of like handling like a counter for the arms, as they are, and the skulls and everything, right? Instead of handling a counter the way I'm doing, the reason is that these counters right here don't take into account the already existing stuff, right? So I need something that counts automatically the objects in the room. Let me check the manual to see if there is a way to make this easier. So instance count. Number is only gonna object we need the active room. Okay. That's nice. Give me the code, please. Why does this doesn't have like a hey, get the code version of this here? Okay, let me see. If I was the developer, what I would call this function?
From her silence came the law.
Yes. Instance underscore. Oh, there is an instant count here. What is that? All active instances that are in the room. That's not what I want.
Forgotten Historia says, from her silence came the law.
Yes, I heard you the
And
first
from
time.
her voice came complaints.
How dare you call it complaints? Active, activate, change, copy, create, access, object. On instance, fine. That could be an option. Hold on. Let me check the manual. Instant find. Keyword all in das. Instance number of enemy. What is this? Instance number. You can find how many activities on exist in the room. Checking this function. Object address, let me know. Okay, I found it. So I simply say charging scroll counter is going to be instance number of the Neko skull, and we don't need this counter anymore, and we do the same for the other ones. Okay, that should even the countdowns, right? And I should also modify the cooldown of this. 6-0, afraid 6. Let's start this big at wait. Oh wait, it's because I have the attack astro. False. There we go. Okay, there goes the skulls. I accidentally killed the boss. Hold on. Let me try again. Slowly develops. Who, me? The boss? A photograph? Oh. Hello,
Burger
Camille.
/
Hello. Hold on. Let me check something. Maybe it's because I'm like spawning things randomly that the boss is like not working correctly. Okay. It's because the boss is getting hit by energy spheres. Okay. Let me give the boss more health. So currently we have... Oh wait, we have quite a bit of HP. Hello, Tyler. Welcome. Why is the boss dying so fast?
Looking good.
Thank you. HP equals max HP. Why is our HP falling so fast? What is happening
Looking
here?
evil.
Looking evil? Why are we dying so fast? We're currently on hit here. Okay. We don't have anything on hit here. Why are we going into the dead state? We don't even have stuff here. Oh wait, it's maybe not dying, but like not having like the correct animation. That's why it's not like working correctly. Hold on. Yeah, okay. It's because it doesn't have a hit animation. Yeah. You can see it on the error messages. Yes. That does not, however, explain why it's not spawning enemies anymore. Maybe it's because it doesn't have a transition out on the hit animation. And when running this on the idle. Okay. Function on hit. And we just say state equals state.idle. So we go back to the original state and hit, and that should make it so it doesn't go invisible. And if it doesn't go invisible, you can actually defeat it. No? In theory. Oh, ow. Yep. You know what? The arms should be like in a very specific location. I cannot have them like spawning wherever. It looks very weird if I do that. Maybe I should add more cooldown to the arms because it's a bit hectic. Yeah, the arms should not be spawning wherever. It should be like close to the boss. This boss should be beatable. I just need to be able to hit it. Right? Alright, wait. Even if I... There is no dead animation, so I cannot really beat it. I just realized that. Huh. The school spawning in Naruto. Okay, so we have one hit, right? We need to do a little check here. It is dead. Then we go to state equals state.time. Else we go back to idle, so we can keep the boss fight going, right? And on dying, I believe the animation here goes straight to death. And at the end of that, it self-destructs, right? Now the boss can die.
forgotten, Historia says from her voice came the law.
Indeed. There we go. Now we died. Now if I defeat all these guys, the doors open because now we defeated all the enemies. There we go. Now we can go grab our little reward and go back out. Alright, I forgot to mark it as defeated. Okay. So on that, we don't only kill the thing, right? We also need to mark it as defeated. So animation ends, open parents. And here I will grab the defeated here. Okay, here we go and we set defeated equals true, right? We also set a data dot defeated equals true, and we store the data before we destroy the enemy. That way it won't respawn anymore. So now we have that, right? Now we just need to make the boss fight a little bit more clean. Right? The first thing is that the arm shouldn't be like spawning whatever. We should have like specific positions, right? And they should be like relative to the boss for the arms. So for the arms in particular, also telegraphs their attacks are bits within. Yes, that's true. So, arms first, because it is the most outrageous thing. And what I'm going to do is set them specifically. Arm 0. No 1. Right. We have now the arms setting variables. And what I'm going to do is do a little function here. Function check arms. Right, and what I'm going to do is do a little if arm is the same as no 1, then we spawn the arm right here, right? And that has to happen to all of them. I should probably be using an array for this, but I don't want to like bother making a for. So let's just do this. How am I going to do this? No. Fuck. My pride won't let me. Hold on. Let me make an array. arms equals this. No one. Five times. That is the arms. Okay, so 4 bar underscore I equals to 0. I less than 5. I underscore plus plus.
Arms equals MC squared.
Don't complicate this. Okay. Arms on I if arms on I equals no one.
No, that's gravity dumper.
Blah. If we don't have an arm, then we spawn one, right? That's simple. And we will save the instance into this particular arm position. Yes. Now for the position, we need to have a specific position for this. So arms positions. These ones are not going to change, so they are going to be pretty much constants. Right? So new vector 2 for each. Now, where do they place them?
No one.
I have run off a coffee. One moment. Just throwing the cup on the table. Yes, relative to the necromancer. Yes. So let's have it be let's send them to okay, so first 32 on X and 0, right? We're going to have it be on the right. Then we have one that will be on the left. So 32, negative 0. Then we will have one that is going to be above the boss. So that's going to be 0 minus 32. Should we have one in front? Actually, no. Let's have one to the left and above, and one to the right and above. That's going to be the spawn positions, right? And we don't need these. Actually, no, that's good. We don't need the position. The cooldown is good. And instead of calling this, I will just say check arms. That will check each arm and instantiate a new one. Just on the size? Yes. Okay. In theory, that should be good. Let's see. I need to update the front cover. That's another thing I need to do.
Let's see, c being the speed of light.
Oh. How does that look? Does it look like more like controlled? Or did it still look too chaotic? It's very hard to judge it because the attacks are not like animated yet. Okay, so here I destroyed the arms, right? But we are not seeing a respawn. Huh. Interesting. The schools are... Hold on. Let me check this call right here. Okay, so if I kill one, there we go. That's the check right there. We set the cooldown, the counter is below. Right, so go in here. We check this. I should be 0 at the start. Our first value here. I 0. We're going because the value here is non-existent. Right here, right? Yeah, okay. That should have spawned something. Why did it not mark the thing? Oh, it did. There it is. Okay, skeleton arm. Checking the next one. Oh, it's actually filling the array. Interesting. So it actually spawned a bunch of arms here. Okay, now that there are 5, it exits the function here and continues. And if I hit this, yeah, there is the excess arms. Okay, so the spawning of arms is working. Let me destroy the arms and see. Currently there are 5. 3. Oh, there we go. So we're checking. Okay, we go in there. Currently on self. In arms we have 3 existing, 2 missing, right? So we check the first one. That is not no one, so it doesn't go in. The second one skips. Third one skipped also. Ah, I see the issue. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I see the issue. I need to check if the instance exists. Instance exists. Object. Depending on where the river. Okay. I got it. Here, instead of doing this, I'll simply say if instance is equal to none or instance not of the instance doesn't exist, this. Right? Then we spawn. That should fix that. You remember that Laura Green thing where a mountain of skulls falls down? A mountain of skulls falls down. The closest scene that I remember about that movie, similar to what you described, is the ghost thingy when Aragorn goes to negotiate with the traders, ghosts, in order to free their souls. But I don't remember if that's the scene you are referring to, that because I don't actually remember that much of that scene. Ah. I'm falling asleep. Okay, so let's give it a try. Let's kill the arms. Ow. Are they still like being placed randomly? Oh, I forgot to set the position, didn't I? Ah. Oh wow, that's quite the spawn. Okay, there is like 5 arms in the single spot right there. Oh, and one right here for some reason. Oh, they spawn all here. I see. I see what's happening. Okay. That's because this position is not getting randomized. Because we need to set it according to the arm. So our position right here is going to be arms position on the specific number. There we go. Might be an early night. For me? Why? You are underestimating my commitment to streaming. I'm going to be yawning all the way, but I won't stop streaming. Oh. Let's see.
The more you tell her to sleep, the more she refuses to sleep, so use reverse psychology.
Now it's not spawning arms. Fun enough. Oh, I know why. Hold on. It's because I'm not making this like relative. So it has to be. We get the position, right?
Don't go to sleep. You can stream longer, maybe till 12 a.m.
Do you wanna repeat from yesterday? Is that what you want? Do you want to torture Ricardo again? Because I'm not that much against it. Okay, so new vector. So right, and this is going to be this, comma this. And that is going to be Y, and this is going to be X.
This is quadruple reverse backflip psychology. You don't even know what I'm aiming for.
Ah, neither do I. So I will to the X of the boss at this, and to the Y at this. That makes it relative to the boss. Let's see. There is all the arms spawning in all directions. They are spawning all 5 at the same time. That might be a bit of an issue. Oh wow, those are like tweaking really hard. What is happening there? Look at that, what is happening there? What is happening there? Ah, I know what's happening. Hold on, I know what's happening. Hold on. Okay. So after we do this, I'm going to simply break the cycle, right? So we don't spawn all of them at the same time. Just the first one we find is missing. Right? Then, okay. What's happening is because we are spawning the arms on the same location, the cooldown that enemies have to the system I made so the enemies don't always respawn, right? Right here. Where is it? The check for the cooldown is like having the enemies commit suicide on like respawn. That's what is happening. Yeah. Hold on. Enemy parent has here. This is loading the respawn time right here, right? And we're checking if we have respawn time. If we have the respawn time, we move into cooldown. That's what's happening, right? And on cooldown, right? It's not here. Hold on. Because it changes state to on cooldown, it should be like self-destructing. Last time bond, shield with not here. Yes, right here. On cooldown is self-destructing. That's what's happening. Yeah. Hmm. So what I need to do here is this on cooldown, I need to modify it. So I move this into a function, right? And now that we have this here, I can go directly into the arm, right? And here I can add on function on spawn cooldown and overwrite it without modifying the other enemies. And I just say state equals state dot idle. That way I make it so they always spawn without self-destructing. Let's destroy all the arms. Now they are responding the way I thought they would, which is quite nice. Maybe I should have a bigger cooldown to the respawn of the arms. They are responding a little bit too fast. Yeah, okay. So let's make this respawn timer a little bit bigger. Let's go to the
You can't do a
necromancer.
no-hit run with this boss.
You cannot do the no-hit run with this boss. Maybe you can if you are very lucky. So get random cooldown. Instead of having a random cooldown, maybe I should make it like a specific. Or I could just multiply it. That way is still unpredictable, but it's more chill. That's one. That's two down. 3 down, 1 respawn. That's another one down. Okay. Now 1 response. Maybe 10 is a little bit too much. Especially when I don't restore all the arms, just 1. Yeah. Let's make it 5 then. Okay, good night, Ricardo. Rest well. Good night. Have fun. Maybe. Okay. This feels more tame. Yeah. Still not exactly what I want. It's a little bit too chaotic still. Hmm. I feel like I need the arms to be more synchronized.
What is the
Okay.
boss's name? Bones Jones? Lord Skellington?
He doesn't have a name. At least not currently. Okay. I think the chaos comes from the fact that the arm can just be tracking you without having like a time limit. Right? Once it like aligns with you, it actually just simply goes. So we have the fire that in that on idle. Check for attack. We switch to the wind up. Moving as line of sight goes into attack. On moving. This goes into wind down after the attack. Okay, that decides the movement. Then what on movements? Attack. As line of sight. Check for attack condition. We check the distance, range, alignment, and going into wind up. This card checks for line of sight. They trigger attack. Wind up. There is no wind up here. Animation ends. Wind up, finish animation, we go into animation ends. We are not overwriting that. We are not. That means we go into wind up animate and we go directly into attack. Okay. That means this works just fine. It checks for line of sight. Well, this one doesn't. It just checks alignment. Ah. Okay. Okay. 6-0, afraid attack enemy will take 1 to throw. So here it does this, goes into moving. So right now we're not using the tick. So I will go over here, moving, and the tick in here. And I will say, if, how would be nice? 2 seconds? Tick is greater than a second times 2. Then we reset tick. We switch state to wind up, right? And then we return. We also need to face the player. Hold on. Face player. And then switch to wind up. We return, we go into the wind up. It does the attack. And go into wind down. Okay, that should make it so the arms don't stack that much. It will make the fight more interesting. At least more like visually charming, in my opinion. So let's see. 2 seconds might be a little too small, though. We will see. So let's see. We're not in line. They are like all attacking at the same time, which is not what I want. That looks way better. That looks way better. Yeah. That looks really good. Hold on. I just need to fix one of the sprites to make that look way better. Enemies, dungeon for boss. Oh, it's because no, that's fine. We need the arm. Where did I put the arm? Oh, it's in here. It shouldn't be in here. That's the arm. Attack.
It does look way better, except for the arms, which suddenly switch orientation.
Yeah, some of the arms are like not moving in the right direction for some reason. That is right, that is right. That's pointing left. That's the neutral.
Instead, they wasted what little time they had to escape.
I need to check on those. Hold on. Okay. Is it maybe that I've flipped some of the arms? Let me do something. How about I get rid of this? So we don't have noise from me like playing around with the direction of everything. Let's start with this, like that.
Forgotten Historia says, instead, they wasted what little time they had to escape.
Yes, I heard the first time. I need to fix that also. Submit the box, a little time. Yeah, for some reason one of the arms like faces the wrong direction. I don't know why. That one right there.
Forgotten Historia says from her voice came the law.
Why is that like moving on the wrong direction? Oh. Hold on, let me check. What is happening there? Arm. Direction down, left, horizontal -1. Movement speed, get sprite index. This is for the moving, which we don't need. I need the attack right here. Okay. So I want the one where we're going right. Right here. That's it. Okay. Okay, that should be the correct movement right here. So we move through here. Get to the point where we are grabbing the sprite, right? Let's check. So is the arm, the direction we're going is 2. The prefix is R, which is correct. The state is attack, okay. Attack right. We skip the error. We construct the string. Oh, we got the asset. So we have this attack R. And we check if we have it. So we move, return the sprite. So we are here, we have the correct sprite, right there. And then we start moving. Okay. Right there we can see the arm is in the right position. We are again going in here. Okay. Still okay. What happened there? It inverted. We go in here, direction is slow. Arms attack. Right.
Inverted question mark.
So that's correct. So in theory, this thing should like flip. Right there. But it didn't. Oh. Why is it facing the wrong way? The direction is still correct. Is something like overwrite? Why are you flipped? Why is... Oh. The state is the same, we didn't switch states. Okay, so going here, direction is 2. Start this. Ah. Okay, hold on. So we have this thing. Let me check for it on the whole place. Just to make sure I'm not like calling it somewhere weird. It only gets called twice, actually. On the moving and on the attack. So it is going here. Why is like flipped? Am I missing something? It was like just like 2 or 3 frames on the same direction. Then it flipped. Oh! I see. Look at that. Only the first frame is on the right direction. Ah, that explains a lot. There we go. Now that should be okay.
Instead of redoing the sprites, isn't it easier to write a code that horizontally flips the sprites?
No, because not all the enemies are symmetrical. Some have like a single sword or a shield or something of the sort. And that means some sprites simply cannot be flipped. Sadly.
That's the problem. Make them symmetrical.
It wouldn't improve the quality, sadly. It will lower it. I prefer to make it like this. Now that's looking nice. It actually looks really nice, the wind up. I like it. You know one thing I want? After the hit, I don't want it to move, to keep going into the attack. I want to interrupt. So let me do something. For the arm, I want to make a little thing for the when you hit it, right? On hit for the arm, we're switching to idle, but we are not like interrupting the whole thing, right? The attack is still enabled, so let's move this attack enabled equals false. That way, if you hit it, you interrupt the attack. Ah, the animation didn't change. That's an issue. Yeah, it doesn't change the animation. That's one bit of an issue. It stays what it is. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Also, I don't like how the layer gets stuck on the arm when it goes back. I think I'm going to remove the collider for the arm. I wish I could like make an exception somehow.
The programmer who codes animations to save file size and the artist who make animations because they're too focused on aesthetics.
I do both. Which is probably not a thing. A good thing. Okay, now the only thing we need to do is create some damage. Yes. We will attack with attack. What was the variable name again? Attack power. Attack PW. Attack underscore PWR. With attack power. Right. With attack power on the positions. X Y Damage type will be impact, and we have knockback. Let's make it the attack power. Interrupt this, we don't care. I think that's good enough. And we will do this for the other ones. So our little necroscope. Idle moves to state attack.
Impacto.
Impacto. This is the attack. Did I not give the attack power? That is not. Oh yeah, it doesn't have a.
No me myas con esos ojos, que me.
Kimi. Okay, now it has damage. The skull. And the Necrobean probably has the same issue.
Nome
we
Miris
do
com
the-
os orros Kimi.
We do the projectile. Hold on. Projectiles. Make one the oh. This one needs some damage also. There we go. Now we have actual danger in the boss fight. Now because they can do damage, that means these guys are hurting each other. Which is not a good thing. Oh. Yeah, the skulls are a little bit too constant, I will say. Okay, let me check this one. This is that is the thing makes the direction melee front. Let's switch this from down to base to target object on the score player. That way this will fly at the player. Right? And for the skulls here. These are technically projectiles, I believe. I just overwritten the idol to do something before they go into attack. Because the attack has the update. Yeah. They do a spin and then they go fly towards the enemy. So what matters is the spawn with this guy. Because you need to specify the direction it flies. Oh. That means the next call probably has a default direction. Yeah, right there. Okay. That means on Neka's call, when we spawn it, but on the score instance.
Attack, attack, attack.
Blah. Instance
This boss
dots.
reminds me of Netero versus Maruam.
Why? Oh, I see why. Hold on, I get it. Base target. Object underscore player. Here we go. So now this will fly towards the player. Specifically. Undefined value. Adding is get sprites and update.
Hayakushiki Cannon. 0th hand.
And that's from projectile parents. Get asset blind. Neko's call. Isolation.
Did you think I can't pray without both arms? Prayer comes from the heart.
Okay. So our little skull needs variations. So that's 1, 2, 3, and one more. So this is going to be neutral, and then we have right, left, up. And that way it won't have issues now. Projectile parents, Neko's call step 0. What are you complaining about? Get sprite index. Why are you complaining? On a defined value. What is your undefined value? Neko's call direction state. Wait. What's happening here? Here is the Neko's call. It's triggering update on the get index. Let's see what's happening. Why is my VTuber model randomly freezing? Okay, let's see. Let's see.
Where
So
did the body go?
Where did the body go? I don't know, I didn't check. He didn't die for sure. Neko's call, we don't have a direction. Huh. Why though? Didn't I set that direction specifically? Oh wait, is that thing returning a non-value? Hold on. Necromancer. Base target player. Base target. Ah, it can indeed be not the correct value. And it doesn't really need the return. Oh, maybe that's the issue. That's the issue, probably. Okay. So let's remove this. Right, we don't need the instance here. I need to go into the Neko skull here, and on the when we switch to attack, we will just face the player. That should fix it. It should also fix the issue with the body. Okay, it seems the same issue is happening with the projectile. Projectile. It should be right here. And I will simply say read instance. Do this. Here we go. The boss kinda self-destructed. There we go. How did that look as a boss fight? What do you think? There is one thing I want to address though about this particular thing. I don't like that the enemies are like self-destructing that easily.
Pretty good.
So what I'm going to do is inherit this.
You'd need to hunt for bone sound effects.
That's indeed true. Let's check if place ambulance. Place meeting with X, Y. And I believe I can set as bunch of stuff, right? Yeah. So object underscore player is 1. Object underscore enemy parent, or object underscore boss parent. If you are in contact with any of those, just instance underscore destroy. Just don't. Right? And I want the same thing for this guy. So they don't like damage each other or the boss, basically. They can still like hit each other, right? But they won't like spawn on top of each other anymore. So that should like ease the damage on the boss? No? The arms are still like glitchy a little bit because they are not like changing their thing. The boss still can get like hit, I can see. By the arm itself. Which is a bit of an issue. It looks way more busy than the busy than the flower boss.
So
Yeah.
what happens when all his arms are dead? He just floats there menacingly?
Oh, you wanna see? Look. So, we're going here, each wants its arms, right? Look, we can destroy the arms. With some trial and error. What happens is the boss keeps
Oh,
spawning
he
new
just
arms.
respawns more arms?
Yep. They do respawn. And Ricardo set a timer of random timers. Yes. The one thing I want to do is these calls.
But
I
the
don't want them.
arms are still alive when he's dead.
Yeah, they do. That's another issue that I need to fix. Interrupt list. I want to modify this. I believe I had... Who had the thing? 17 carats. Right here, I want this. The obstacle is that blocks walls, right? So I will simply say, hey, I want you to add to the list of things that can block this missile the walls. And I want to do the same for our lovely energy ball. There we go. That way, it will make things a little bit more in favor towards the player. You might be asking how? Well, the projectiles are set to drop items when they despawn, right? So if they hit the walls, they can actually drop stuff. Or they are supposed to. Apparently the skulls don't.
Earlier,
And
one of his
they fix
arms
that.
pushed the other. You may want to turn off the arm-to-arm collisions.
Is that's happening because the arms are technically like an enemy unit, like the slimes? So they can actually collide with each other, which is kind of funny. Not gonna lie.
The skulls and projectiles are also killing the arms, I see.
Yes. Because there is friendly fire. Okay, there is one thing I want to fix for the arms first, right? When we are going back, right after the attack, I want to make them invulnerable. So, mask index equals -1 when we are moving back, right? And let's put it in here. Right? So if they move, they are vulnerable when they are going back. Else, we will simply set to sprite index. That is the normal collision. Now the object, these guys are not dropping anything, so I believe that's because of the on destroy doesn't have anything. So I will just overwrite this and say drop. So we have random drops. Right, that should make the arms invulnerable when they are going back after the attack. So they attack, and here you can... Oh, I can actually hit it. That's not what I was expecting. They are not supposed to be harmable. Oh. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's because I'm overwriting the thing. Hold on. Probably this is the issue right here. If I do it like that, what would happen? They're still hammable. Oh, wow. That's actually kind of weird. It shouldn't be like... People will be harmed. That's weird. Because this should be overwriting the mask. Oh. It's like doing nothing. The school's projectiles. This is task to false. Why is this happening? There is also one thing I want to do. When we're moving, right? We have this movement speed, right? I was thinking, how about I increase that a little bit? So let me make a little increment. I want an increment. So let's call this speed increment equals to 0. Right, so I simply say that plus the increment, right? And the increment will, each frame of this, I will set it to be added 0.1 speed. Every time. So that should make like this nice like gradient movement speed in theory. Not what I wanted, but it looks really nice. Okay. Hold on. We need to
Sad that
separate
this boss
this.
isn't a physics puzzle.
Sad that this boss isn't a physics puzzle. A physics puzzle. What kind of physics puzzle do you want? Exactly. Just wondering. What kind of, like, physics puzzle would you expect?
Dunno, just mentioned it because your game is 50% physics puzzle.
It is kind of 50% physics puzzle. And I can restructure this to make it more specific to the movement speed, like this. Okay. That should make it more smooth. Okay, maybe that's a bit much. Or maybe not. You're not looking so bad. Or maybe it's because I'm not resetting the speed. Hold on. So after the attack, right? On the wind down. And this is the attack. Wind down. Wind up, attack animation ends. We just reset the speed.
Add more nonsense like skulls spiraling in pattern towards the player, and bone storms.
Bone storms? The fuck? That's going to be just like a flash flood, like carrying over like a bunch of random crap in the current, and you just get battered by random nonsense from all directions. Yeah, some of them like kinda speed up a little too fast. And the attack is a bit too slow, not that we have the wind up. That's a bit of an issue. Look at that. It looks nice on the first time, right? But sometimes it goes like high wire. You know what? I can fix that. Hold on. I was thinking about it. So simply I could simply say if or thingy right is less than the move speed, then we do the increment. If not, we don't. Right? That should like cap the speed to just double what we already have. Right now they are choosing a random direction to go in when the attack comes, right? It looks a bit weird when the hand goes on the wrong direction. Also, I don't like the fact they attack like almost at the same time. Sometimes they trigger like really nicely, like one after another, right? And other times they just trigger at the same time, and that doesn't look good.
It gives no heat.
Also, the speed is very slow because of the wind up. So maybe I will increase the attack speed, the movement speed. So we are attacking. The speed is controlled by attack speed right here. So let me up this a little bit.
Forgotten Historia says, it gives no heat.
I mean, the sheer volume probably makes up for the slow speed.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Maybe... Okay, the idol is good to go back, right? But maybe I shouldn't give the arms the right to attack on their own. Hmm. If we're on the spawn point, we do that. Okay, what if I handle that control to the necromancer? Right, we have this stick that uses that fire rate. That's a half-second trigger. How about let's make this 20. Let's make this 14. Right, and what I'm going to do is simply count down. Right, and I will say if how do I make this? Okay. Count down. And this is greater than 0. So we can make a difference here. And what I'm going to do is set countdown to 14 again. And I will do a copy of this. Function arms attack. Right, and what I'm going to do is for each one of the arms, we are going to attack. I'm trying to picture the way it is going to work in my head. When the attacks to go 1 second apart each, right? Each trigger 1 second apart. Okay, so we go into this, and I say
1 second sounds short until you implement it in game.
Arms index. Dot right? And I will use the tick. F rate is half a second. So I would say if tick is greater than F rate times 2, we trigger the corresponding arm index. Right? And we increase the index. If our index is greater or equal to 5, we set the countdown back to 14. So that will do a whole lap of that. And then we also need to set the index to 0 to restart the cycle. Tick equals to 0. We trigger 1, we move until we go through all of them. Then we reset the cooldown and start over again. Let's see. Let's see if it looks. If the second is too short, we can modify the time. Oh, it's because there is. Okay, hold on. I screwed up. If arms attack on index exists, instance exists of this, then we do all of this. Else we do this. I forgot that not always all the arms are spawned. Oh wow, that was quite coordinated. Oh, wait, I see what the issues here. Hold on. The arms are attacking on their own.
Since
Yeah.
he throws hands, he can also do aura 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 aura.
Yeah, because I still have these, right? So that's what is happening here. I need to reset this. That enable, we do that. If not, we do the other. Okay. That should fix the weird timing there. That would be a really nice reference. Very hard to pull off, but it would be quite nice. Not gonna lie. That looked really nice. Right there. That doesn't look nice. Those do look nice. Okay. Okay. I got it. Hold on. We are choosing a random direction here, right? To go. We're actually switching according to the index here. Okay. Instead of all these right here, including this direction index, that starts random, right? It would look better if I just say face target object underscore player. That just would look better. That would look more like intentional instead of random. Ah, shit. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. That looks so nice. If they weren't like interrupting each other, that would actually be really nice. Look at that. That looks so clean. Yes, now the spamming of skulls doesn't feel quite right.
Yeah, that looks real nice.
Okay, also the arms kinda get interrupted, so I need to modify something. Okay, so here I'm
The
skipping,
lore
right?
reason of them hurting each other is because they're suicidal.
They are suicidal. This is like breaking the flow right here. Because I'm like checking if the intent exists for all of it, right? But if I set it so it just ignores the one that doesn't exist, this way it will make the whole flow more clean. So it goes like... That didn't look quite clean. Nah, that looked way better. We have 5. Yeah, that looks way better. I like it. Maybe... How does this fight look? Does it look easy? Does it look hard? Hello, welcome back. It looks like you can barely avoid an attack. But take this into account. Okay, here is the issue. Here is the issue about this fight. I didn't die. Right? Think about it. It's true that is a bit of a, like, nightmare? Right? When it comes to the amount of things you have to dodge, right? But think about it. My hearts are 3. And I enter the battle hurt, right? And yet, look, if I, like, focus on attacking, and then careful, right? There we go. I just won. And then I can just finish these guys. See?
You're finding an excuse to add more arms.
No, I just find it a bit too easy. Think about it. For this particular dungeon, I'm assuming you have 6 hearts at least. And I can easily beat it with 3.
So spiraling skulls and bone storms time?
Or more HP? That could be an option. Also, the battle right now, the boss is throwing everything at you from the start, right? But I want it to be more gradual also. So one thing I could do is increase the damage, right? Where is damage? Speed, movement speed, range, detection range, power. How about let's double this one, right? And I will do the same for the other ones. And we need the energy ball. I could have like the boss be spawning. We're using the frame rate right here, right? Thumbnail doesn't do anything? Yes, it does happen, yes. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to say HP percent equals HP over max HP. We calculate that. How much speed we have, right? And here, excuse me, we are going to add an extra condition. And I will say they will only spawn when our HP is below certain amount, right? How about the beam scope? We make it How about we make it 80%? Right? %, for this one. And for the other one, we make it 50%? And we have always the arms? Also, how about I invert this and multiply it against the fire rate? Right? So we say the fire rate minus the fire rate.
It's time, but you can go on for 1 or 2 more hours. Totally not reverse psychology.
How dare you? Trying to trick me. One minus plus. We are in double the percentage HP percent. This will give us the difference between the 100 and what we have. So once we have 100% missing, this will be 0. And I think the fire rate is a bit fast, so let me make this 1 second. Okay, that should change the rate of the battle, so it's not so chaotic. That might make it more interesting. Right, so first grabs his hands. Not attacking, which is an issue. Now he's attacking. Then I can hit this guy. Eventually it will trigger the next phase, like that. These are a bit easier to fight against. The trigger of the arms is too low. Oh, we already killed it. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Okay. Countdown is triggering with the frame rate. Oh, because this is changed, this countdown is also bigger. Oh. Let's cut that in half. Okay, let me just adjust this. That made the fight way too easy. Also kinda slow. So 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Then we start the attack. Now we start with the skulls. Let's start attacking. Okay, I see the issue. Okay. Is this right here? Okay. I think that fixes some stuff. Hold on. I really want the fight to look good. Not just like chaotic. I want it to look good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. The arms are going one at a time. It looks good. Okay. That looks nice. I attack, so the countdown becomes smaller. It's not doing anything. That actually doesn't look too bad, but it's still a bit slow. Now we have that. The arms are still triggering very slowly. And then this guy is dead. Oh, right, I know why he's dying so fast. I see. That's why he's dying so fast. Oh, wait. I forgot. I increased the damage of the arms and the projectiles to 2. So he actually gets double damage from his own attacks. Oh. Yeah. Also, I think I will modify this. This is basically maximum 2, right? And I want to cut it down. So let's make this second directly. That should make this more interesting. The attacks in particular. Now that should make the fight a little bit longer, more granular. Maybe more interesting. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, because the cooldown is random for the arms, so you might not actually get like the arms spawning. Oh, wait. Okay. Look at that. That's so nonsensical. Look, big like cooldown. He's not even attacking anymore. He didn't even attack. Okay, this... Did I make the cooldown too big? Is that the issue? It should be just the fire rate, but that shouldn't be causing an issue. Yeah, it's not even reacting anymore. Ah! Okay. I fucked up something. Hold on, let me fix this and we'll refinish. Just let me fix this. Come on, there we go. Now they are spawning. I see what the issue was. Why are you only attacking with the arm? You should be spawning more arms. It's because they are counteristic.
Finally, you're finishing the stream. Totally not reverse psychology.
Okay. It's because of this trigger. So I don't need this trigger, sadly. At the very least. Else that thing won't be working correctly. Okay. Okay. So now it should like actually create arms. Maybe I should have them on different like triggers. Yeah, I think I should have them on different triggers. Yeah, that feels correct. Because this looks really nice, right? The attack. But then you have like nothing. Yeah, I think the arm should be on a different trigger. Okay. Okay. So let's call these big arms. And I will just place this over here. And that way I can remove the arm counter. And just have like a regular fire rate. Since they are on different triggers now, I don't need the counter. And I can make this trigger to be... How about I put it to 7 seconds? That might be a bit too big actually. Let's put it to twice whatever is the current spawn over here. And cooldown check arms. I can have this as a separate thing. And I can remove this counter from here. That makes that tick. This makes a cooldown to be 5. I can set this to random. Let's make it times the arm counter. Actually, the more you have, the bigger the cooldown. I like that idea. Okay, let's see. Once I add the animations to this, it's going to look awesome. And it crashes. Because I never initiated one variable. Okay, I forgot the thing. Oh. Okay, so that. Oh. I'll call together length 0 and counter. Why are you complaining about the counter? Oh, I see. Wait, no. Whatever, let me play. Let me do this, the test. Holy shit. Okay, let's see. Come on. Why are you crashing? What do you mean the variable is my formula? The fuck?
It's okay, it's still early.
There you go. It cannot be more form anymore. Why are you so annoying right now? There we go. Maybe I can make that a little bit smaller. Okay. The arms are not moving the way I wanted. Okay. It's not like perfect, but it's kinda doing what I want. Okay, the beams are not acting the way I want them, but we can fix that later. Okay. Okay, that should fix that. Okay. Okay. Wait, no. It's going to be annoying again, so let me just do that before it actually complains. Okay. I really need to do something about the... thing hitting itself. Yeah, because it really kills itself really easily. Yeah. Still too easy. Well, whatever. Let's stop here for today. We made quite a bit of progress. We fixed some animations. We made the boss battle basically playable, even though it's a bit busy for my liking. Yeah. Okay. We shall continue this later. Maybe I will do some animations in between. Yeah. Good night, good night. Let us end here.
This seems more complicated than your flower boss. So what happens when all his arms are dead? He just floats there menacingly? Oh, he just respawns more arms? But the arms are still alive when he's dead. Earlier, one of his arms pushed the other. You may want to turn off the arm-to-arm collisions. The skulls and projectiles are also killing the arms, I see. DZVW begged for crystals. DZVW got 3 crystals. Sad that this boss isn't a physics puzzle. Dunno, just mentioned it because your game is 50% physics puzzle. Add more nonsense like skulls spiraling in pattern towards the player, and bone storms. I mean, the sheer volume probably makes up for the slow speed. 1 second sounds short until you implement it in game. Since he throws hands, he can also do aura. Yeah, that looks real nice. The lore reason of them hurting each other is because they're suicidal. Power nap him back. You're finding an excuse to add more arms. So spiraling skulls and bone storms time? It's time, but you can go on for 1 or 2 more hours. Totally not reverse psychology. Finally, you're finishing the stream. Totally not reverse psychology. It's okay, it's still early.
We're back. We're leaving. Good night. Bye-bye, adios. Good night. Good night. Bye-bye.
So what happens when all his arms are dead? He just floats there menacingly? Oh, he just respawns more arms? But the arms are still alive when he's dead. Earlier, one of his arms pushed the other. You may want to turn off the arm-to-arm collisions. The skulls and projectiles are also killing the arms, I see. Go ahead. Sad that this boss isn't a physics puzzle. Dunno, just mentioned it because your game is 50% physics puzzle. Add more nonsense like skulls spiraling in pattern towards the player, and bone storms. Limau. I mean, the sheer volume probably makes up for the slow speed. 1 second sounds short until you implement it in game. Since he throws hands, he can also do aura. Yeah, that looks real nice. The lore reason of them hurting each other is because they're suicidal. Power nap him back. Welcome back. Looks like you can barely avoid any attack. Maybe you can defend it with a shield. You're finding an excuse to add more arms. Some of the arms didn't do anything, so spiraling skulls and bone storms time? Or more HP. Just lower the cooldown as the boss's HP goes down, so everything becomes faster. Yeah, her game's all buggy like that. It's not a bug, it's a feature our game developer. It's time, but you can go on for 1 or 2 more hours. Totally not reverse psychology. The arms punches through him. Finally, you're finishing the stream. Totally not reverse psychology. Variable. It's okay, it's still early. Typo. OSH got to go. Good night. I'm back. An office phone call. Good night. Good night. Bye bye.